Good morning, coming to you live from Canada. It is so good to be back here again this morning and sharing the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ. And we are talking to you about a virtuous woman versus a virtuous man. And we are now in our part 6 of this series. And now we're really getting down to the nitty gritty and the meat. And the last time we shared about, we came from verse 10 and 11. Now this morning, we're going to be coming to you from verse 12. And I think verse 12 has to be by itself, but I just want to backtrack. Now we're talking about, as parents, we want our children to find virtuous men, virtuous women. We want people of good quality for our children. We want people of good quality to be a part of our family unit as a nucleus. We want our children to be connected to that. Because, you know, when kids get married or young people get married, it's the joining not just of a husband and wife, but it's the joining of families. It's the joining of communities. It's a joining. And so we want to know that what we are being attached to is something of value or something that we could be proud and boast about. Okay? And so we see where Queen Bathsheba was talking to her son Lemuel, who we know Lemuel as being King Solomon. And we see where she is now telling him what to look for. And she is telling him how to govern himself so that he could attract like-minded persons to himself. First, she told him he must not be governed by strong drink, that he must not be given away by wine and stuff so that he would make wrong decisions, make unwise decisions. And that's the things we want to tell our children. We don't want them to go out there doing things that they will not make good, wise decisions and have good, wise counsel. And so as we come down further, we're going to look and we're going to backtrack and then we're going to go straight into verse 12, but I want to read over again. He says, who can find a virtuous wife? Because he said, her price is far above rubies. And then we go down and this he says, the heart of her husband, trust her. So today, if you find that there are trust issues in anyone that you are connected to, then there is a problem. So you need to work through that and make sure that the person that you are connecting yourself with is trustworthy. And that means that they have the good qualities, they have the good type of things that you would want to have in your family life and would want to have in your home, and the qualities that you would want to see in your children and your children's children. So now we go down to verse 12. It says, she does him good and not evil all the days of her life. So, and then let's go down to verse 13. And she seeks wool and flax and willingly works with her hands. All right. So we see now today, we know we're in a fast-paced world. We're in a society where we have a lot of women and men who are not working just with their hands physically, but they're intelligent. They can work with their brains. They're working behind computers. They're doing things. So we're in a technological age. So we're saying you could still bring value. You could still have principles. You could still see that your home is taken care of, husbands and wives, because you want a person of virtue on every side. For too long, the women have been beaten down with, who can find a virtuous man? But in order for my daughter to be a virtuous woman, she needs a man of value. She needs someone who has some good values and some good qualities that he can now bring to the table and that he could present as the leader of the home. But he now has to come with some good qualities so that his wife could now produce and that she could feel comfortable, that she could work and she could make him be proud in the community. So let's bow our heads in the word of prayer. Gracious and eternal Father God, we just thank you for your word. We just pray that your word will go forth with power, Father God, that some soul would be blessed. And Father God, that our sons and our daughters would realize that they have to come to the table with good qualities, good values. And Father God, so that they could attract like minds to themselves, oh God. Father God, we just pray that this word will take root today and that our sons and daughters will reevaluate who they are, Father God, in their schools, in their communities. And Father God, that when they choose to now create a family nucleus, Father God, that they would have good values, Father God, and that they will look for good qualities in the young men and in the young women that they choose to connect themselves with for the rest of their lives, oh God. So Father God, we just give you thanks and we give you praise for this word in Jesus Christ's name. Today, if you love this broadcast, you can go and share it in your WhatsApp group, share it in your family groups, share it on your WhatsApp pages, and help someone to know that Jesus Christ is still mighty to save. And in your school, you could be a beacon of light, a beacon of hope by sharing this good news of the gospel. God bless you today. Go out and share love and help someone to understand that Jesus Christ is still mighty to save. This is Uncle Irv, and this is your morning sip. And remember, the Uncle Irv on our YouTube channel is spelled URV'. Go out and share love. This is your morning sip. Have a beautiful morning.